the workbench, and we'll show you the new plane I just finished building last week, and I'm going to take out for Maiden today. It's a VAS Wraith. These are supposed to be great little planes. I have the bigger brother of this over here, the Spectre, one of my favorite planes. But the smaller one, the Wraith here, just finished putting together last week and just haven't had a day where either work or weather hasn't interfered with flying this thing. So we're going to take it out today. So let's have a look at what we got in it. That's a 40 amp, just general no-name ESC. It's a ZTW Beetles ESC, which I actually have in a couple other planes and have had pretty good luck with them. I haven't had any burnout yet, so I expect this one will do its job without much of a problem. The motor running back here is a Emax. It's a 2306 2400 kV. We're going to run this on two different voltages. We're going to run it on 4S with a 5x5 prop, which is what we have on it now, and a 1800 battery, which balances out the aircraft just right with no extra weight. But it also balances very well with a 2200 3S, and we're going to run that with a 6x4 prop instead of the 5x5. So we'll try it both ways and see how it goes. These are just Emax servos, ordinary ES08MA-2. Actually, these two are. I think that one's actually something else. I can't see exactly what it is, but it works. I tested it before I put it in the plane, and it worked fine. So I figured, you know, the two wing ones are the same. The tail one could be a little different. It doesn't matter. For video gear, we're running a that's an AKK X1 5.8 VTX with a AX2 stubby on a 90 degree, and all that's just buried in the foam, and that stubby's just glued right down to the foam there. I like to do that when I can't really bury antennas with the side feed antenna. You know, I like to do it this way. This is just a power filter right here. Just a $5 or $10 power filter I picked up from Amazon or something. You can see power directly from the plugs feeding into that, and then that powers the VTX and camera. So my wires run up on the inside there, and up in the front here is where this build differs a little bit from other builds of the Wraith, because I'm running a Caddx Turtle. Now I know I'm not the only person running a Caddx Turtle on a Wraith. You know, I've seen at least one other guy doing that. He had a 3D printed nose. I actually asked him for his files, and he gave them to me, but I had decided not to use them. I like this setup a little better. So I've just buried the camera in the foam there, and then under this coroplast flap right here, that's just Velcro down. You can see there's the board. And what I've done, I've just screwed that board down to a piece of ABS plastic that I cut out. You know, just ABS 1/16 sheeting, cut to size. Screwed that down to it, and then just slotted it into the foam on the sides here. And so it just kind of clips in and slides up, and then I just put a little glue underneath it so it stopped it from moving. Make sure it would stay where it belongs. So pretty convenient. The record button's right up here in the front. You can just push it, you know, with your thumb pretty easily. Just right there. Yep, it's clicking. Start and stop recording. There's your SD card. Can be taken out easily. And this is the lead for changing settings on that camera, which I've already set up my settings, so we should be good. Alright, so I'm about to put some batteries on the charge. We're going to try this on 2S and 3S today at the field. It's finally a day where wind is acceptable. It's about 7 to 8 miles an hour, it should be. So let's get out there. I'll see you out at the field. Well, it's never a good idea to leave the house with just one plane, so I've looked over my my collection here. I've decided I'm going to take these two right here. I'm going to take this, two other VAS planes with me to the field today. I'm going to take this spec wing because it will take the same batteries as the Wraith. So if something goes wrong with the Wraith, spec wing, you know, it'll take the 1800 4 cells, it'll take the 2200 3 cells, and fly fine with both. So in case there's a problem with the Wraith, I can still use my batteries. And we're going to take this, another VAS plane, the Hellkite. One of my favorite builds. Excellent flyer in all conditions, even very windy conditions. It's actually still pretty good. I had this out last week in 20-mile-an-hour winds, and you know, it was getting bounced around, but it was definitely flyable. More flyable than most. More flyable than anything else we had at the field that day. You know, so we're going to take this. If you haven't seen this build before, this is also running on a 40 amp ZTW ESC, I believe, with a 2216 E 1250 kV and an 8x6 prop. Great little plane. You see on this one I buried all my VTX and antenna, power filter, receiver, all buried and smooth in the foam to keep everything real nice and aerodynamic. Great little plane. So we'll take this one out to the field too. We've got a run cam strapped on there, so we'll do some flybys and video with this as well. So batteries are on the charge. Let's get out there and get it done. Alright, while we're here waiting for our last few batteries to charge up here, got our goggle batteries on there, a couple other batteries. Thought I'd give you a quick look inside my field box here. These are all stuff I take with me to the field. So down in here, this is like it's just a Stanley toolbox. Walmart sells them, pretty inexpensive. Give you a look at the whole thing so you can see what I'm talking about. And this stacks up on here like that. Locks in. There we go. That's what it looks like, you know, when it's all together. And it's not too heavy. It's pretty light plastic, but it feels pretty tough. It's got a handle here, so you can wheel it around. It does have wheels on the bottom there. When it's all together, you can just wheel it out to the field. I used to use a backpack. I don't have it at hand right now, but I used to use a backpack, and the backpack was okay. And it was certainly more convenient than this for like getting to locations where you had to walk very far. But most of the time I'm flying at a flying field, or I'm driving right up to the flying site. So I decided to go with this. And so let's have a look at what's in it. And we'll start with the bottom. The bottom is the less often accessed part. So that's props. And we've just got all kinds of propellers. Quad propellers. 2-blade, 3-blade. We've got a lot of plane propellers down here. There's a 7x5 that would fit my my Hardcore 44 and serve in the rack there, or the VAS Tech Racer, the white one right in front. Both take a 7.5. So we just got a variety of props, all kinds of props. And the other thing I keep in this section is my charging gear and charging wires. And when this charger here, this ISDT that's up on the desk, is done charging, and the parallel board I'm using there, that also will go into here. So, and the other thing I keep in the bottom here is a spare set of goggles. So I've got these spare goggles. These are Eosheens. I use Fat Sharks, I use Dominators. But I always keep these Eosheens for ride-along passengers, or, you know, as backups. So they're just Eosheen EV800Ds, I think. They come apart and become a screen if you unclip them right there, which is real handy. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen these. Diversity, which is nice, and they work really well, and they're only about $90, $80, $90, and perfect for ride along. So, you know, gets the full gamut of channels. So that goes in here. Hold on a sec. I'm just gonna put these back in the bag. All right. Yeah, there you go. So those goggles go in there, and tools. I take a small toolbox like this, another Stanley toolbox. You know, just a little toolbox, And I keep a bunch of stuff in here: clippers, screwdrivers, hex drivers, scissors, side cutters, screwdrivers, prop wrenches, just voltage checker. Just all the little odds and ends. And in fact, this is full of probably M3 screws, and I don't want to open it right now, but there's a bunch of little parts, prop nuts in here, just various little things. And I've got rubber bands around the outside there I can use, and duct tape wrapped around in case I need it. There's just a pencil in there for marking, some double-sided tape, a couple extra battery straps, things you just might need while you're out. A little duct tape. So, that also, just various tools. I guess I gotta get back in there. It's a razor knife. That's it. Various tools and whatnot go in the smaller toolbox, and that goes in the bottom of the bigger toolbox. And if you're clever, you get it all to fit in there just right. So goggles, that, chargers, and props underneath. So that brings us to the top. So that's what's down there, ready to go to the field. And let's have a look at what's in the top of the box. Top of the box is stuff I need to fly. So first thing's radio. Put the handle up. Radio. I've got the this bag is it's really just a Columbia lunchbox that I bought years ago, and it fits a Tyrannus just right. There you go. So in there I've got my radio, I've got my neck strap, gimbal protector. I really need some kind of antenna protector for up there, but I mean, because it's in the hard toolbox, when I'm not using it, it's not that big a deal. I also have a stand on my radio, which, just handy to have. Okay, so all that goes in this lunchbox, and that back up. There we go. And that goes in the top of the box. So when I get to the field, I'm going to need it. And it fits perfectly just like that standing up, but I'm going to lay it down. Okay. The other thing, my goggles. I still have the battery charging, so I'll have to take these back out. But my Fat Shark Dominators. In fact, let me show you this. The Fat Shark Dominator V3s, I think. Yeah, with a Furious diversity module. And let's see, I've got a X-Air antenna and a Pagoda that I use on those. So, okay, and those go in the top of the box. And batteries go on the top of the box. So I've got my battery bag over here, sitting over here, because I'm waiting for some batteries to finish. And that would go on the top of the box. We've got a few batteries in there, put a few more in there, and that's it. That's all I take to the field. So I can lock this down, roll it away, put it in my car, take it out of my car to the field, roll it to the flying spot, and that's it. All right. Alright, we're out here at the field, and as you can see, we've certainly got it to ourselves, with the exception of a few big birds that are hanging out in those trees over there. And nobody here today. I don't blame them. It's pretty cold. In fact, I'm not going to be here long myself. Staying out in this weather for more than an hour and a half, 2 hours most is going to be unpleasant. So I just hopped out of the car. I don't like to hop out of the car and just Maiden the plane. So I think first thing we'll do is take the Hellkite up, take a run with that, and I'll set up a ground cam for that and turn on the recording cam and get that flown, and then we'll try the Wraith on 3S. I've got the 6-inch prop on there now, and then we'll try it on 4S. So, alright, let's get this Hellkite in the air. After putting the 3S in, I really didn't like the way it was balanced. I feel it wasn't nose heavy enough, so we're going to go for the first throw on 4S. So, surfaces look good. Will be left turn, right turn, up, down, yeah. Gotta test the motor real quick and then we'll be ready to rock. Alright, let's do it. just back down from the Maiden. It was okay. I just want to see how much battery we used. This is a 1800 4-cell. So, 15.2. It's in storage, and I'd say that was I'm gonna have to check it on the video, but I'd say it was a 3-minute flight. So, could definitely go longer than that. At least 5 minutes, even at high throttle, no problem. And yeah, I think I'm going to set a timer since that OSD on that turtle is useless. I think I'll set a 4-minute timer for the next flight and see where my batteries are when I come down from that, and go from there. Alright, so hope you're hanging out. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today, testing out this new plane. Get out to your own flight lines and get it done, fellas. Have a good day.